Shivering, Rachel Walker glanced across the big room at her best friend Kirsty Tate was just waking up too. It is really cold this morning, isn't it? Kirsty yawned and nodded. It is freezing, she agreed. It is been getting colder. It has been getting colder all week. Well, I suppose it is getting late in the year, said Rachel. She sat up in bed, wrapping the comforter around her shoulders. It will be winter soon, but I didn't expect the weather to change quite so fast. Haven't we had a wonderful vacation though? Rachel Trusty sighed happily. It has been so special to come back to Rainspell Island where we first met. The Walkers and the Tates were spending the fall break together in a pretty little cottage on beautiful, magical Rainspell Island. Yes, it has been wonderful, Rachel smiled, and we are even having another fairy adventure, just like the first time we visited Rainspell. Only this time it was our turn to ask the fairies for help, Kirsty pointed out. When, when Christy and Rachel had returned to Rainspell Island a week ago, they had been horrified to see the white golden beach covered in litter. So they had asked the king and queen of fairyland if their fairy friends could help them clean up the human environment. The king and queen had explained to the girls that fairy magic could only do so much and that humans had to help the environment too. But they had agreed that the seven fairies who were about to complete their training could become the Earth Fairies for a trial period. They would work together with Rachel and Kirsty to try to make the world a cleaner place. They would work together with if the fairies completed their training successfully. Protecting the environment would become their permanent task. But just as the Earth fairies were about to be presented with their new wands, Jack Frost and his goblins had zoomed towards them on an ice boat. The goblins had snatched all seven wands, and then Jack Frost's icy magic had set them tumbling into the human world. Jack Frost has declared that the world didn't need any more fairies flitting around doing good deeds. Rachel and Kirsty had promised the king and queen they would do their best to get all the wands safely into the hands of the fairies. Wasn't it just like Jack Frost and the goblins to steal all the wands? Kirsty said, shuddering at the memory. Thank goodness we have been able to find six of them, Rachel. Yes, with the help of Nicole, Isabella, Eddie, Coral, Lily, and Millie, Rachel replied. But we still have to find Carrie, the snow-capped fairy swan. Kirsty looked worried. If we don't find Carrie's swan, the fairies will fail their final exam, and then they won't be able to keep helping the environment. But you know Queen Titania always says, Rachel reminded Kirsty, as she went over to open the curtains. We have to wait for the magic to come to us. I know, Kirsty said with a sigh, but we don't have much time. We are going home later today. As Rachel opened the curtains wide, she gave a surprised gasp. Kirsty, come and look. Kirsty ran to join Rachel at the window. There had been a heavy frost during the night, and the trees and flowers and grass in the cottage garden were covered with a thin layer of white ice that glittered in the morning sunshine. Doesn't the garden look beautiful? Kirsty exclaimed. Let's throw out before it all melts, Rachel suggested. The girls dressed up quickly and ran downstairs. The front door of the cottage was open. Mr. Walker had just begun sprinkling sand on the path to make the ice less slippery. "Morning, girls," he said, as Rachel and Kirsty stepped outside. "Be careful you don't sleep." "We won't," replied Rachel, but as she spoke her foot slid away from her, and Kirsty had to grab her arm to keep her from falling over. Rachel's dad grinned. "See what I mean? Why do you think it got so cold all of a sudden, Mr. Walker?" Kirsty asked. "I suppose it is because of climate change," Mr. Walker replied, scattering a handful of sand across the path. "Climate change can cause some strange weather, too cold, too hot, too wet. Overall, though the world is getting hotter, even the polar ice caps are melting." Mr. Walker explained that is very bad news for the world because it means in years to come the seas will rise, and then there will likely be more floods. He emptied out the last grain of sand and then glanced at his watch. "I need to go help with the packing. We are leaving soon." Rachel turned to Kirsty as Mr. Walker hurried into the house. "We have to find Carrie's swan before we leave Winsfell Island," Rachel whispered. "We need her help to fight climate change." "We will just have to keep our eyes open," replied Kirsty, glancing around. "The garden looks so pretty, doesn't it, Rachel? The frost is making everything sparkle in the sunshine. Look at the frosty leaves on the plants." Rachel pointed towards the back of the garden. They seemed to be almost glowing. The girls went to take a look. As they got closer, they could see something fluttering around the leaves. At first they thought it was a butterfly, but then Kirsty grabbed Rachel's arm, her face full of excitement. "I can see a fairy," Kirsty cried. The fairy was dressed in a green fake fur jacket over a cozy wool sweater. She wore mittens and dark blue jeans tucked into furry boots. She was hovering above a frosty leaf. As Rachel and Kirsty watched, the fairy gently kissed the leaf's surface. Instantly the frost melted away, and the leaf glowed a bright green. At once the fairy spotted Rachel and Kirsty and waved. "Girls," she called, "do you remember me? I am Carrie the snow-capped fairy. I am Carrie, the snow-capped fairy."